Hello once again, this is Be More with Just a Bunch of Nerds, and I'm here to do a little video about Dice Masters. We're going to be talking about Avengers vs. X-Men, and the topic of today's is the worst cards in the Avengers vs. X-Men set. Now the set is very good, there's a lot of great cards in it, a lot of great combos you can make, and I have here some of the worst cards in my opinion, ones that I have not found a purpose in bringing into the game, and so we're going to talk about them here. So number 5 on my list, Spider-Man Webhead. Spider-Man assigns to attack, you may pay Fist to give him plus 4D. You can only do this once per turn per die. I don't see the benefit in this. That ability would be good if you mixed it in with one of his other cards. I believe it's Web Slinger. Yeah. Web Slinger, pay a Fist, everyone's forced to block him, then he gets the extra D. But what's the point of putting this on there? No one is in their right mind, I think, going to block him with multiple characters. Maybe if you use Thrown Car, something like that, but I don't see the ability benefit for it. He's not an overly powerful character, and at a 4 cost, there are several other characters there are even several other Spider-Mans for a similar cost that would do the job just as well, one of them being Tiger. So the Spider-Man Webhead is number 5 on my list. Number 4, Mystique Shapeshifter. When fielded, choose an opponent's character card. Mystique copies that card until the next Mystique is fielded. And so she only copies the card itself, does not copy the purchase cost or the die faces unless she is on her highest level. The card has some decent abilities. I get, you can copy a Serena or copy something out there, but for a 6 cost, she's only got one burst face. You're stuck with a 1/1 of all these other characters. I find it very wasteful. I've never used this card, and I have no intention of using it unless I can't even think of a reason why I would use it. It's too expensive for an underpowering ability. Not much else to say about that one. Number 3, I kind of got a tie here. 2 similar cards, and that is Punisher Vigilante and Hulk Annihilator. And they're both very similar. With Hulk, it takes damage. When you or Hulk take damage, move all Hulk dice from your used pile to your prep area. I don't know many people who buy more than 1 Hulk die in a single game. So I don't see the benefit of having to bring the other one over. And when Punisher is assigned to attack, search your bag for a Punisher die and put it into the prep area. Your opponent can prevent this, paying 3 life. I get that's, Punisher's theme is the paying life for a 4 cost to bring McRook in. Much better card. Even his rare, I think it's Big Nothing, is I believe 6 cost and deals 2 damage to every opposing character when he attacks. A lot better. I don't see the benefit in, hey, let's bring out the same copy of another die we're buying. A lot of these ones you'll bring in for 1, maybe 2 die you'll buy, but Annihilator and Vigilante, they are tied, just being the similar mechanic, for number 3 on my worst cards in AvX list. Number 2, and I know I'm going to take some flack from this one because one of my friends really enjoys this card, but Colossus Russian Bear. Colossus damaged your opponent, return Colossus to the prep area instead of the used pile. Now it's only good on 2 of his 3 sides. The ability is okay. He's a really powerful character, but I find on those sides there, if you're getting him through already, the game is probably close to over if your opponent is letting a 6 or 8 attack character through. If it worked on all of his sides, that'd be better. Or if he was cheaper. At a 7 cost, I think it's too late in the game. If you're waiting to get him out, you've probably got the game beat. You don't need that extra time. You get him through once, And again, there are stronger versions. There are stronger cards, there are cheaper cards that have better abilities. I would even go with the previous Hulk that we just showed over this one. And before we get on to my number one, I've got honorable mention cards here that they would make my list, and I'm going to explain a bit about each of them. The first one here is Mr. Fantastic Elastic. The biggest benefit of having Mr. Fantastic was his being able to draw characters into attack for a mask. They take that away on him. You may spin him down 1 level to block an additional character, and 2 levels to block 2 additional characters, and that's good. Maybe if it was not a super rare, I find this is by far the worst super rare in the set. So maybe not as bad. I would run this more often than the cards in the top 5 list, but it's not great. Definitely one of the weakest super rare in AvX. The other 2 that come up in the honorable mention are Beast Big Boy Blue and Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. Now, a couple things about them. Johnny Blaze, for AvX, he was okay. He's a 2-cost. So you need a 2-cost Bolt character. He's not bad. Got a bit of power to him. Really expensive to field. No special abilities. So, I mean, he doesn't even have a free side on him. If there were more options for a 2-cost Lightning Bolt, then I would be more likely to put him in there. However, with the only other option being one of the Human Torch, but most people won't run that because they're running Johnny Storm, he was a good option for AvX only because of the fact that he's got just a 2-cost on him. Big Boy Blue, Beast gets +1 attack and +1 defense when he blocks, and he gets +2 attack and +2 defense instead if he's got his burst, which is his lowest side. When you compare to the other 3 beasts in the set, and the fact that 2 of them have the same purchase cost of 2 masks, there's really no benefit to this one here, unless you were doing some kind of draft and he was the only one available and you needed a cheap 2-cost mask. The only reason he's not in the top 5 list is he has a 2-cost, and that is kind of just keeps him out of it, in my opinion. But other than that, you're going, even the 3-cost Beast creature is a much better card than this one. So this one here, card number 1 in the set. This is, I think, the first time it's come out of my binder since I put it in there, and I took it out just for this video. I'd never play this card. And we are up to number 1 on the list, and that's Hulk Anger Issues. So I know Hulk appeared in here once before. Now Hulk has 2 other versions. Green Goliath is one of the best cards, I think, for a big character. Jade Giant's not bad with the ability to knock out a character. Hulk Anger Issues, I don't see, again, the benefit in having this +2 attack and +2 defense when he's damaged or I'm damaged. I mean, unless you're doing something like Human Torch and you're hitting him before you go into the attack step and you're either getting through or you're using Throne Car. But if you don't have that, this card here is very underwhelming, I find. At a 7-cost, when you've got the other beasts are cheaper to buy, all the others are 6. Personally, just looking at how powerful this Green Goliath probably should have been the one that's 7, because that would at least have a bit of ability, or maybe if they gave this one the same ability as Throne Car, or I believe they're going to be calling it Overcrush, where any damage not dealt to the blockers is dealt through the player. But I don't see a reason for why this guy should be 7-cost, and has a very underpowering ability again. So this is my list. What do you think of it? I want to hear what your opinion is on. Do you think that I have it right? Do you think some of these cards are great? Do you have other ones that will appear in your list? Definitely comment, send me a message, tell me what you think. Maybe we'll revisit this one. As always, I'd like to ask everyone to like and subscribe, comment, follow us on Twitter. We also have a Facebook group. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, feel free to contact us and we'll try to answer them as best we can, or if you have anything you want us to go over. Once again, this is B More with Just a Bunch of Nerds, and I am signing off.